listening to Sports Talk 916 with Greg Bull and Coach Greg Veroza.
If you'd like to participate in the show, there are a couple of ways to do it. If you want to contact us on Twitter, use the show's Twitter address, which is @SportsTalk916. For Greg B, go to @MrChief916. And for me, Coach Greg, it's @Greg Veroza. And Veroza is VAROZZA. And if you want to chat live with us, the best place to go is go to the Mixler page and hit chat. There you'll see all of us chatting together as the show goes on.
Twitterverse, can you hear? Or Twitterverse, Mixler area world, can you hear us? Whoa. Hello. Episode...
Whatever.
We suck. Season 4, episode 22.
I thought we were season 5 now.
No, that's at the draft.
Is it?
The draft kicks off the new season.
Oh, okay.
We're still season 4, 22.
God, I'm having a rough time here.
Hey, guys, if you can't tell, Rose is back.
Hey, what's happening? Did you miss me?
My crotch is popular with the animals.
Yeah, and so are other parts of my body with your dogs tonight.
They're in a loving mood, apparently.
They are. I'm having trouble with this damn microphone. It's pissing me off here.
What's going on with it?
Oh, I don't know. It's just me.
User error.
Yeah.
Big show tonight.
Is it?
Lots of stuff going on.
Cool.
And Bar Mom can hear us, so good news.
Good.
Everything's good.
Yeah. New setup. I like it.
Yeah.
You debuted it last week, right?
Yeah, TJ got to break it in.
Yeah, and my microphone's all fucked up too. Thanks, TJ. Appreciate that. You know how when you have something set up just right and somebody uses it,
like when you have a butt crease in your couch.
Yeah.
Yep, I know all about that.
Pretty much. So, weird week this week. Busy week. Lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on in Greg's world.
And in Greg's world.
Party on.
Right. Wayne's World.
Greg's are...
Yeah, it's a good week.
Yeah. So, it's like Christmas time that happens once every 4 years for me. I get to watch swimming in prime time, and everybody's a fucking expert in swimming this week.
Did you know that Michael Phelps just had an extremely fast 100-meter leg?
No, really? What was the split?
47.12.
Shit, no way.
I know you're not really big on the whole swimming thing, but that's fucking fast.
Is it really?
Yeah, really fast.
Wow. Do you think you could do that?
No. In a car, maybe, above ground. But yeah, we're going to talk a lot about the Olympics. We're going to talk about some Major League Baseball. We're actually not going to do our normal Giants talk just because
they suck.
The last couple weeks, they've just been sucking balls. The A's are in the news. The Giants are in the news a little bit. We'll get to that. I have bingo or bullshit. I have 2 Are You Kidding Me's that circle around the NFL. And then...
I'm just going to put my 2 cents worth in tonight. That's all I'm doing.
The
just
NFL
commenting.
was supposed to be back tonight, but then they weren't. And then, yeah, so there's that. And then we're going to preview the AFC South tonight. So first of all, Greg, how was your week?
It was pretty good. Like I said, it was the Olympics started, so that's kind of cool. I've been overwhelmed in swimming stuff, and went to a memorial service, which wasn't fun, but it was cool to see how much the guy was loved and cared for in the area.
Any update on the calendars for those that donated?
Oh, I have them. So I am meeting with Josh sometime this week, and I'm going to have them autographed. So we will have those out to you hopefully by the end of this week.
Right on. And then how many were there that donated? Do you know?
One,
Matt?
Yeah, it's the only one that I know. So I'll have 4 or 5 left over that'll be autographed. Maybe we can do that as a prize or give.
Do we get a studio copy at least?
Oh yeah.
All right. Cool.
And then you know what we could do is whoever wins the fantasy football league.
We should, since I lost Jeff's championship banner, can you get one sign that says like "Congrats, champ"?
Yeah.
And we'll give it to Jeff for his trophy. Congratulations, 2015 champ. Love, Josh Veroza. That would be awesome.
We'll do it.
But yeah, so we're gonna get to all of that stuff tonight. It'll be nice and fun. It's kind of weird that the chat box is missing TJ. Hope he's okay. I texted him, make sure he's alive. He's probably at Disneyland or some shit. But yeah, man, it's been a busy week.
Yeah, how was yours?
It was good. Got some good news from you yesterday. Went out and ran Battle Frog on Saturday with.
How'd that go?
It was good. We had a group of 20.
Wow.
All 20 finished.
Did you guys all hit the spear?
There was no spear at the Battle Frog.
How can there be no spear? Sphere.
So that's the Spartan thing.
Oh.
This is a Battle Frog race.
And there's a difference?
Yeah.
Does this one have electrocuted?
No, that's Tough Mudder. This one is just a lot more upper body, a lot more. It's a lot different, but it was a lot of fun. Like I said, we had 20 people start, 20 people finished. Everyone got their medals, so it was a win-win. So it was a good experience. Same place. A month ago I said I was never going back to that Spartan venue.
Same place?
Same venue, except
Nice.
They reversed it, so the Hell Hills were all in the beginning instead of the end.
Oh, well.
So it made it a little bit easier. Hey, DJ's here now. Woohoo! All is well.
Hey, DJ.
All is well in the Twitter, or I keep going on Twitter, the Mixler universe. Let's do this. Before we jump into the Olympics, we're going to hear from Warrior Pack, and then we have a new commercial for Mr. Veroza.
Woohoo!
Hey guys, Greg here.
And Sheena too.
We just wanted to take a minute of your time to tell you about this awesome local company who has helped us tremendously in the obstacle course racing world.
Seriously, we get banged up enough on these courses, and these products have saved us on many obstacles.
When Sheena and I were getting prepared for our first Spartan race last year, we found the original Warrior Pack and bought some of their gear. After a couple races, we loved their products so much, it was a no-brainer for us to join their race team.
Yeah, and we just completed another run at AT&T Park and finished blister-free thanks to their gloves. I wore the full-finger gloves and didn't even break a nail.
You are such a girl. Anyways, guys, go to originalwarriorpack.com and check out their stuff for all of your OCR needs. And don't forget to use code ST916 for 10% off all of your purchases. Again, that's www.originalwarriorpack.com. Pack is spelled P-A-K for all of your OCR needs. All right, guys. For almost 4 years now, you've heard me talking about Greg Veroza of Keller Williams Realty. Many of you have doubted the fact that Greg is a member of the show. He was the first sponsor of the show, and that we're really just throwing him a bone. Let me tell you, get all that out of your head right now. Greg is the guy that I go to, that many of my friends have gone to for the home buying process. He's been doing it for a very long time. He's very passionate about that, and he knows how to get the job done. He successfully sold us the home that we broadcast Sports Talk 916 out of, and he just negotiated a deal for my wife and I to purchase another home. Greg truly is the man. Do not hesitate to give him a call. Like I said, whether you're looking to buy or sell your home, give him a call today. All of his information is on our website, sportstalk916.com, under the sponsors page. Click on his smiling face. He will get you into your forever home ASAP. That's Greg Veroza, Keller Williams Realty. I had to throw that music in there for you.
I'm gonna cry.
So yeah, that is the big.
Cool.
That is the big news that that Greg was alluding to a little bit ago. We are, after the show tonight, going to sign our offer or contract. I don't know which one it is.
Offer.
We're going to sign our offer to send over to purchase a house. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what you care about most, sir. That is the Olympics.
Right on.
Olympics. So
Hey, what team is the Zika virus competing for? 'Cause that's all I've heard about. Up until I haven't heard a thing about it.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I know that Hope Solo is getting pounded with Zika virus chants.
Did you watch the women? Did you watch any of the bicycle road racing?
No.
Oh, dude. It was NASCAR all over again. If you want to see some great wrecks.
I did see that the leader of the men's flipped over his handlebars 3 times and still leading the race. That's how far ahead he was after that crash.
The woman that was leading the race today hit a wet spot. It started raining, going downhill about 55 miles an hour. And apparently she's all right. I mean, she has some minor fractures in her back and neck. But she slid out, hit like a curb or something and went head over heels, and basically was just kind of laying half on the curb, half on the street, just kind of motionless as all these bikes were riding by.
And mosquitoes were like, bzzz,
Yeah, exactly.
like attacking her.
It was nasty.
Once you stop your R's.
Exactly.
That's crazy. So medal count right now, as we speak, current live numbers. This is directly following Katie Ledecky's world record time in the 400 free and USA's men's 400 relay.
And Dana Vollmer's bronze medal in the 100 fly.
There we go. USA 12 total medals: 3 gold, 5 silver, 4 bronze. China in second place with 8. 3 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze, and Italy has 2 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze. And Japan apparently just thinks that bronze is going to go up in value exponentially. Currently has 7 medals as well: 1 gold, 0 silver, and 6 bronze. They're just stockpile the bronzes over there.
That's right.
You didn't see the video of the French gymnast.
I refuse. I will not look at it. I'm sorry.
So on a scale of Kevin Ware being the worst to Anderson Silva.
Did you ever see the Joe Theismann?
Yes.
Okay.
That one ranks right up there with Kevin Ware. I'd put this one closer down to the Anderson Silva kick during UFC a couple years ago. It was bad. No break of the skin, nothing like that. He hit the pommel horn or the vault, came over, did his little flippy, and when he landed, his leg just gave way.
I can't stand that.
And he rolled over, and it just kind of flopped around with them, and he looked at it and was just like, oh, damn. And wiped the sweat off his brow and kind of looked at his trainers like, hey, I can't walk on this. You going to come help me out or what? And then to make matters worse, there's another video floating around that TMZ put out earlier this afternoon. The Brazilian EMTs or paramedics or whatever have him on the stretcher, his legs all boarded up, getting ready to put him in the ambulance. Fucking drop him.
Oh, shit.
The stretcher falls to the ground. Boom! And he hits the ground hella hard. I'm like, this poor guy can't catch a fucking break.
So I did see a video of him sitting in the hospital with his multicolored cast in French flag colors. So it's half red, half blue with a little bit of white in it.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's in pretty good spirits.
That's cool. But yeah, that's after he got dropped. I'm like, dude, this poor fucking guy.
So in 2003, I had an accident where I kind of did something similar. Basically,
you were on the vault in gymnastics?
No, I wasn't on the vault. It's a long story. Anyway, I snapped my leg in half, and everybody thinks you don't feel it. It hurts, but you go into shock so bad that your body just protects you from the pain. So, I was kind of the same way where I was in a cast for 3 months, off of it for 2.5 months, 2 surgeries, and it's not good, but it doesn't really hurt because your body just shuts down and won't let you feel the pain.
Yeah, I think if it breaks, you kind of shut down, but I think it's when you look at it, when you're like, oh shit. Like I said, if it were me, I would have looked at it, see my leg facing the wrong way, and it would have been like someone died on an operating table, just a flat line on TV.
When I stood up on mine, it was like I'd stood up and was standing on a basketball.
Just wobbling around.
Yeah, it was horrible. I just went right back down.
And Mike, to your point, and TJU as well, Greg and I can both agree on this. The 30 for 30 for ESPN down in the Valley was good, but being in the trenches in Sacramento, especially you, Mike, you lived it. It does not provide the value it should to see that documentary. Yeah, it's cool to see, but being in Sacramento, you got to experience much more than that story could ever tell. So it sucks fans don't get to see it, but in the grand scheme of things, you're not really missing a lot.
You're not. You saw it all. You knew everything that went on. You guys were there for Dave's trip, and you were there. We all saw all the videos of the Maloofs coming in and out. I mean, it basically was a compilation of all of the stuff that we all saw in the news.
I'll tell you this, though. If you get a chance to see Playing to Win, that's the one to go see.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That one brought tears to my eyes at points because it chronicles, what Dave's family went through when he was gone, and him being away from the family, and there were just a lot of points, especially since I'm friends with his wife and his we know his kids and stuff like that. It really hits home. That one's a lot more touching, and it tells a better story than, in my opinion, than what Down in the Valley did. So don't worry about it too much. TJ, no reason to watch Team USA basketball until the gold medal game. I don't think USA basketball should be playing. They should just give them the gold and let everyone else play for the other two. There's no point. It's not fun. But we're going to touch on that briefly in Bingo or Bullshit. 2020 is going to be big for the Summer Olympics. There's going to be 6 sports added or re-added to the Olympic rotation. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have.
There's one sport that I heard was going to come back in 2022 that's not on that list.
All right, we'll talk about that in a second. The first one is rock climbing, or they're calling it sport climbing, which I think would be kind of fun to watch because those fuckers are fast. Karate. Skateboarding, because apparently the ancient Greece loves skateboarding. Surfing.
Did Marty McFly go back to ancient
and
Greece?
Like teach him how to skateboard. Skateboarding, surfing, and then the big one for me is baseball and softball. Both will be back in 2020.
And I heard that they're thinking about wrestling too, either 2020 or 2024.
That would be great as well.
Yeah, that should never have been taken out.
Agreed. And baseball, okay, but softball shouldn't have been either. Yeah. That was really the one big spectacle that women's softball had a chance to shine on, and they took it away from them. And it took my ability away from seeing Jenny Finch on the mound every 4 years.
Yes.
Let's just have a moment of silence for her legs. Those legs. Goddamn.
And what they come up to meet together and form.
And the little shorts they wear. All right, that's the end of the show. We'll see you guys later. Woo! What's up, Joe Morgan?
I'm gonna go have a cigarette.
Right.
I don't smoke.
I'm gonna go get a cold shower going. We'll be right back. We're here for Corner for Sports and DraftKings, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Major League Baseball and some big news that came out over the last 24 hours. Fantasy sport fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Over $1 billion will be won at DraftKings.com this year, and you could be the next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SportsTalk916 to play for free. That's SportsTalk916 for free entry now at DraftKings.com.
What's up, everybody? We are Corner Pub Sports every week talking sports, beer, and beyond. You can find us live 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time on wildfireradio.com or stream us on cornerpubsports.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Corner Pub Sports.
We look forward to seeing you at the pub every Friday night.
Cheers, cheers, guys.
Deals. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone. He is on top of the all-time home run list. What a special moment for Barry Bonds. And what a special moment for these fans here in San Francisco. There it is.
And that was this day in Giants history, August 7, 2007. Barry Lamar Bonds passes good old Hammer and Hank.
Is that the one where Dave Fleming's mic mysteriously got turned off?
I think so.
Or was that him breaking the single season record?
That was the single season record one where he starts to... Kuiper's like, nope, it's mine.
No, somebody just turned it off, and there was nothing.
That might be better. I mean, that should just be the fan reaction anyway.
Well, when you hear, it's a deep flight...
That's awesome.
We're watching. Look at that guy. Look at the guy. He's pissed.
He's like, I did not want Silva.
See, we're watching
We have the Olympics on in the background.
On in the background, and the French are getting their silver medal for the 400 free relay.
One
of the guys is pissed.
TJ, the all-knowing sports geek, says that Dave Fleming's cutoff was number 714 when he tied Ruth.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not Ruth. That was
Aaron.
Aaron.
Well, no, 714 would have been Ruth.
Yeah.
755 was
Aaron, and then 756 was Bonds. All right, so there was some other breaking news today. Ichiro, first player since Pete Rose to hit 3,000 in only 16 seasons.
Wow.
Combined with Japan, he has like 44 billion hits. But congratulations to Ichiro. He is the latest member of the 3,000 hit club. He did it with a pinch hit triple today in the 7th inning.
Probably one of the last. He's going to be the last one for a long time.
Very long time.
Long time to get 3,000.
Mike, don't get ahead of us, damn it. Adrian Gonzalez hits his 300th home run. Who cares? Oh, Mike, you and your dumbass Giants love affair to hate on with the Dodgers dick sucking. Whatever. Shut up. Who cares? How your A's doing? I have a story about them too in a little bit. In fact, let's talk about that, Mike. Longtime A's strength and conditioning coach, who gives a shit what his name is, gets fired and is under private
Did he get fired, or I thought he just got suspended?
No, apparently they let him go. He's being privately investigated for setting up cameras on July 27th in the A's weight room to babysit essentially the players that were on rehab assignments to make sure they were properly rehabbing while the team was on the road. Your A's players aren't even rehabbing properly to get back on the field. And you want to talk shit about the Giants only having a 1-game lead in the NL West? Come on, Mike.
See,
stop it.
Mike, if your strength and conditioning coach is going to get in trouble, make it like the Giants' strength and conditioning.
Steroids.
Make it steroids. Don't make it cameras.
Allegedly.
Nothing
against Dave Gresham.
Flaxseed oil.
That's right. As Mike did mention, though, there were some news coming out of the Yankees organization. Mark Teixeira announced that at the end of the season he will be retiring. And A-Rod, in a special news conference this morning, announced that Friday, August 12th, will be his final game.
So what's the important? Why Friday, August 12th?
He just wanted to end on the homestand.
That's weird.
One more Friday night game under the lights of Yankee Stadium. The Yankees will subsequently release him at that point, and he's going to take an advisory role with the Yankees organization. But here's my question for you. Let's remove A-Rod from your brain for a second, and let me read you these stats, okay? Career .295 batting average, 3,114 hits, 547 doubles, 31 triples, 696 home runs, 2,084 RBIs, 329 stolen bases, and 2,021 runs in his career. If you don't know that those numbers are Alex Rodriguez's, are those Hall of Fame numbers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that numbers alone are going to propel eventually A-Rod to the Hall of Fame? Or do you think his reputation is going to precede him, even though he eventually did come out and admit to his steroid use?
He's not going to get in.
You think it'll be one of those situations where once he's dead, he gets in?
Maybe.
What about Bonds? You think it's the same situation? You think Bonds will eventually get in?
I was just looking at Bonds' stats. So, A-Rod's stats are a lot better than Barry Bonds' are.
That's what I'm wondering. Is it going to be something that would supersede him stats-wise alone?
I mean, Bonds has
a buttload of home runs,
2,935 hits, 762 home runs.
He was so close to 3,000. Just another season, he would have had it.
1,996 RBIs. How many did A-Rod have?
Hold on, let's go back and do this again. So, obviously, home runs is Bonds.
Right.
RBIs, what was it?
1,996.
So, A-Rod wins that one.
298 batting average for Bonds.
So, that's Bonds. Hits was 29 what?
2,935.
So, that's A-Rod.
What else you got there?
Runs?
2,227.
So that's Bonds. Well, it's obviously with the home runs that adds a lot more.
Yeah.
Stolen bases. Bonds has 500.
514.
Bonds was the first player ever to be in the 500 club. What about triples?
Don't have.
Okay, that's fine.
Here.
So I mean, it's kind of a wash. I mean, A-Rod has RBIs. A-Rod has hits. Bonds has...
Wait. I got him now. How many
Triples?
triples? Come on, Mike. Quit tweeting things. You're covering up my thing here. He's got 77 triples.
That's Bonds.
601 doubles.
Bonds.
How many walks does A-Rod have?
Not as many as Barry Bonds, I'll tell you that much. How many walks with bases loaded does A-Rod have? I guarantee it's a lot less than Bonds as well. So, I mean, Bonds statistically has batting average,
equal. They're
home runs, triples, stolen bases, and runs. So, but I think the big one for A-Rod is the 3,000 hits. I mean, that should be almost an automatic berth into the Hall of Fame.
But those guys were just a-holes. They were just a-holes. And, you know.
I agree with Joe Morgan, though. If Barry doesn't get in, A-Rod can't get in.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're both supposedly steroid users. It was funny. I was watching something. Oh, they showed a clip of A-Rod on 60 Minutes. Katie Couric is asking him in her very non-sports fan way if he'd used any steroids or any performance-enhancing drugs. And look at me. So the way he answered it was no.
Nice.
So, and you can't see this on the radio, but I'm shaking my head yes and saying no.
That's quality.
And that's a body language way of saying you're lying, bitch.
Right. All right. So there's that. So Ken Griffey Jr. just got into the Hall of Fame. They messed up and didn't put his hat on backwards. We already went over all that. Griffey today had number 24 retired by the Seattle Mariners, and it's not just the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners, the Tacoma Rainiers, and every organizational level of baseball will no longer wear 24 in honor of Ken Griffey Jr.
In the Mariners
farm system.
Wow.
All the way through the farm system, no one wears 24.
That's kind of cool.
Except for one more time. It happened today. During batting practice, before the game, before the retirement ceremony,
everybody wears 24.
Every single player on the Mariners roster had their name on the back of their jersey like they normally do. Every one of them wore number 24 to honor Griffey today.
As long as they have their name on the back, I'm all right with it.
It was just during on the field practice and just during BP, so there was that. But I thought that was really classy of the organization to roll everybody out there.
Yeah,
Griffey did his thing, and honestly, it led me to think though. Do you think Cincinnati retires 30?
He didn't do a whole lot with
Cincinnati. but I mean, yeah, he went into the Hall as a Mariner, but. I mean, Griffey was still a big part of that. That's where he played with his dad too.
Well, he played there. Didn't he play with his dad?
Well, he played under his dad as a coach in Cincy. So I don't know, but Ken Griffey Jr. gets his number retired by the Seattle Mariners.
Think the Miami Heat will retire number 30 or 24?
Why would the Heat?
Why would the Heat retire Michael Jordan's number?
23?
Yeah.
You said 24 or 30.
Really? Are you that slow tonight?
I am that slow tonight. What are you getting at?
I'm saying the Heat had no business retiring Michael Jordan's number.
But Jordan never played for the Heat.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But
so
Griffey played for Cincinnati for like
Griffey
12
didn't
years.
I'm saying, do you think the Miami Heat will retire Ken Griffey Jr.'s number?
They should. Greatest swing in baseball.
The Miami Heat.
Yes, they should.
Basketball team.
Just do it. Don't care.
God.
Whatever. They're going to retire LeBron.
That was really funny in my head. Did you guys out there get that?
It's not the sound I wanted, but this one.
If somebody was actually paying attention to something that I said, he might have thought it was a little bit more funny.
Whatever. Here's something that's funny.
Mike Barnbaum is...
No, Barnbaum's actually quiet right now.
Is he? Well, you lectured him.
Right?
You sent him to a corner. You gave him a timeout. That's what we need to do. Mike, you're on a timeout for 20 minutes. No,
we won't give him 20 minutes.
Not now.
It'll be like a red card. 2 minutes. 2-minute penalty. And I'll set a timer too. Be like, ding. Tim Lincecum made 9 starts for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
DFA'd.
He had a 9.16 ERA DFA'd.
Thanks for coming. Here's your consolation gift.
Now, they don't want to get rid of him, though. They want him to take an assignment back down to AAA, to Salt Lake. They have 10 days to make a decision on what they're going to do with him. Either trade him, release him, or send him down to AAA, which he has to accept. Timmy, take the AAA gig or retire.
Yeah.
There's nothing to
Nobody's gonna take. Nobody's gonna want you.
And that actually will lead us to bingo or bullshit. It is now time for bingo.
Was that a bingo?
Bingo! A bingo!
Bingo!
I've got a bingo!
Bingo!
Bingo! Bingo!
Or bullshit. Mike doesn't get your joke either. All right, let's do this. Since you don't, do you have any?
You're gonna hang your hat on the fact that Mike doesn't get my joke.
Right. You're gonna come up with them on the fly. Or you want me to run through all of them?
Go through yours.
All right, let's start with Tim Lincecum. Tim Lincecum needs to accept a role with AAA Salt Lake after his designated for assignment by the Angels, or his career will be over.
Well, okay, so we gotta. The way you ask it is bingo, but
Bingo.
his career's over. So I'm thinking that's bullshit, just because his career's over.
There's already talks around Camp Lincecum that he may elect to not go to AAA and hope for a major league deal as a reliever somewhere if necessary.
Who's gonna want him?
And then, dumb shit by Giants fans. Oh, I hope they bring him back for the bullpen. Why? Why the fuck?
Our bullpen sucks enough.
Yeah,
as
you're going to
is
make it
already.
worse? We want to make a
Exactly.
run for October. We're not the fucking A's. All right? We want to be in October baseball. Goddamn idiots. All right. Mark Teixeira and Alex Rodriguez are doing their retirement the right way and not having a season-long parade.
Well,
Oh, I actually stumped you on one a little bit,
you
huh?
did. I'm going to say bingo.
Bingo.
And I'm saying that because A-Rod, I think, is doing it the right way. That he's just getting out.
A-Rod was on the verge of being cut.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
like, fuck this.
I know. He doesn't have time to do a farewell tour. And to be honest with you, do you think Teixeira would get a farewell tour?
No,
I don't
but-
think he's that good.
No, he's not. But the thing is, I think the way I say this is, though, he's not making it a spectacle. He's not saying, oh, hey, feel sorry for me. This is my last year. Let's make a big deal about it. Like, I'm going to play one more year, blah, blah. He came out. He realized he's slumping. He's not having the numbers he's going to do. And he says, hey, you know what? At the end of the year, I'm done. He didn't hold a press conference. He didn't do anything like big shabazz, look at me.
Well, he
just-
did hold a press conference.
I thought it was just reporters after the game. He said it.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
I
after
thought it was a
games
press
in
conference
a media
before.
session. Either way, I think that they're doing it the right way. Nothing against David Ortiz because he deserves it, and Jeter deserved the farewell tour. But I'm glad that another player stepped in and decided just to kind of take the Tim Duncan approach. Hey, I'm going away.
See, I think Teixeira should just waited till the end of the season and said, I'm not coming back.
Just say I'm done.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, because conceivably, next time he goes to Texas, if they go through Texas again, they're going to do a big deal about, him retiring.
Well, they're going to celebrate because they were able to dump off that $250 million contract to the Yankees.
But still, they're going to do something, and right there's his farewell tour. I mean, what he should have done is just at the end of the year, rode off into the sunset and spent his $250 million.
Barnbaum actually agrees with you, Rosa.
Mike, you're a brilliant individual.
As far as Mark Teixeira and A-Rod are concerned, bullshit. Bull S ... T. They should have waited to retire until the season was 100% completely over, doing it like they do without a parade.
Well, I think A-Rod's doing it all right because he's retiring next Friday.
He's like, I'm done, guys.
Yeah, see you later, bye.
You know what I think it is with him is I think the Yankees cut per diem checks at the beginning of the week, and he already cashed. He's like, well, I'm already paid. I'm getting my lunches paid through Friday, so I'll just wait till then. So we'll see how that goes for him. I like A-Rod. I never really had a problem with him. I like the way he played the game. I'm glad to see him go, though, because when he was rolling out there as a pinch hitter or when he was rolling out there as a third baseman before they essentially benched him, It just sucked. It was just like you're watching that shell of a player that just doesn't put it away, and you're just like,
Yeah, he
dude,
should have
just
retired.
go.
He should have retired after the. He shouldn't have come back after the 1-year suspension.
No, I don't think he should have either. Well, or even if he did, that season should have been a vindicator that, hey, baseball's passed you by.
Yeah.
You know what? You gave it another shot. You took a year off. You let your body rest. You kind of got your mechanics back together.
Got all the steroids out of your system.
It didn't work. You need to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Bingo or bullshit. The 49ers defense will be one of the top defenses in the league. However, it's their offense. It's their offense that's going to keep them in the NFC West cellar. Bullshit?
That's just funny. The 49ers are going to suck rocks on all three sides of the ball.
There are experts right now that are ranking the Niners' preseason defense as a top 5 defense in the league. But the downfall is that they're going to be so tired that they're going to falter midway through the season because Chip Kelly's offense won't be able to keep them off the field.
I'm a Niner. You know I'm a Niner fan.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm a Niner fan.
Are we gonna do a team raffle again this year and do a lotto and get a new team this year? Cool.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we don't have to take the Raiders off the board this year because they might actually be good.
Right?
God damn it.
They're just bad. They're I mean, Chip Kelly was actually, there was an article this afternoon that I saw, and I didn't read it, but he was defending their first round draft pick as being a serviceable player.
That was Buckner?
No. One of their draft, was it Buckner?
DeForest Buckner?
Yeah.
He's going to be a fucking stud.
Well, no, it wasn't him. It wasn't the first round. One of their draft picks.
Was it one of the fucking safeties they took?
I don't know.
Probably.
I didn't read it because I'm fed up with the Niners. I hate them. They're just bad. We're not doing our picks yet for the season, but let's just say that we're going to have a really good shot at the number 1 draft choice for next year.
That was my bingo or bullshit to TJ last week. In fact, I have it right here. As the NFL nears, it's safe to prepare for the 49ers to be the number 1 draft pick in 2017.
Absolutely.
And I said also in fantasy football, the offensive players to avoid this year will suit up for the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
And that was it.
It's just so bad. They've done nothing to improve themselves. You know, I'm glad they signed Bowman. Bowman got a huge contract.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit.
But the rest of it, it's kind of like the Kings.
Oh, and by the way, Madden NFL on Twitter is ignoring me.
Are they? Why?
Well, they put out their 99s and 99 overall
rated.
rated.
There are 5 of them.
Yeah,
right?
there's Kuechly. J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Gronk.
Yep.
Von Miller.
Yep.
And one other one. Can't remember who the 5th one was. But I'm like, how the fuck is Navarro Bowman not in that top 5, in that 99 rank?
How is Aaron Rodgers not in a 99?
He leads the league in tackles for 2 years in a row. First one as a rookie, second year, then he in the same year he blows out his knee, comes back and then still leads the league after a major ACL on a shitty team. How is he not considered? I'm sorry, but if you give, other than J.J. Watt, if you gave me a choice of who I want, Luke Kuechly, Von Miller, or Navarro Bowman, I'm probably going to take Bowman.
Probably.
Because Kuechly can't stay on the field. Other than the Bowman knee injury, Bowman's on the field all the time.
Right.
Kuechly has his ups and downs. And Von Miller's a fucking diva bitch who turned down $75 million to get more. I don't want that guy on my team.
And had to settle for 17.
Oh, yeah, poor guy. Fuck you. Bowman's a beast.
He is.
All right, let's see. Let's switch it to the Olympics. The Olympic opening ceremonies, bingo or bullshit, are weird and need to not be 4 hours.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Dude, what the fuck?
I watched it for about an hour and a half. And here's all you need. This is what the opening ceremony should be. You come in, you say hi, you march all the athletes in, which takes way too long as it is. You bring the flag in, you light the torch, and you get out of there. You're done in an hour and a half.
Here's the way I look at it. You come in, you turn on the lights, you raise the flag to the national anthem like they did.
Right.
And by the way, why is their national anthem so goddamn long?
All of them are.
Except for the U.S. is pretty short, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
so is Canada.
I'm like, fucking Brazil, come on, dude. This guy's like on verse 6, and these people are still singing along. I'm like, I would hate to be an elementary school kid having to learn this fucking song. And then they're like, ooh, we're gonna bring out these metal frame crickets and bugs, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then, ooh, we're gonna twist tinsel around the stadium for 20 minutes. I'm just like,
Did you watch the samba dances that they were doing with the little kid?
things like on the buildings.
No, there's some. Yeah, I don't know if they were buildings.
Like,
but
no, it was like a mock-up of the little pagoda houses.
yeah.
Little kids like breakdancing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. We have those little kids in our country too.
Yeah.
That's where I stopped watching. I was just like, I'm done with this shit. And then I fast forward it to like to the march of all the athletes, and it's like we start out with Greece because Greece is the first one, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that. I've watched it every year. I didn't know Greece leads it off no matter what.
Yep.
And then they're like, and now the athletes are going to come out in alphabetical order, but it's in Portuguese. So it's like the United States is coming out as an E. And I'm like, what?
Didn't you take Spanish in high school?
No, I took French because French got you laid.
How many times did French get you laid?
Plenty.
It did?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think Spanish would have done the same thing? It sounds like the girls are easy
It would have
enough.
got me tacos. Ooh, I should have taken Spanish.
You probably should have.
But no, so it's like, I'm just like, dude, this is going on too fucking long. And then the U.S. comes out to like this terrible rap song where it's talking about like bitches owe me money and like, oh, it's like an
Really?
Yeah, it's like, hold on, I gotta find it real quick here. USA.
Too funny.
Olympic.
See, I would have taken Michael Phelps's. Michael Phelps carried the flag in, got to where he was supposed to stand, put the flag down, and left.
Nice. Team USA makes entrance to. The fuck? Is that what I clicked on? Hold on. It's not so. We're not in.
And I was reminded of one of my favorite sports too.
What's that?
Women's beach volleyball.
Yes. You wonder why? Do you wonder why I coached volleyball in high school?
Oh, you did? I didn't know that.
4 years, I was a player and a coach.
Wow.
Yes.
So
yes,
the mayor of Rio came out and said that his favorite sport was women's beach volleyball because the girls look so cute when they play in their bikinis.
That's the reason.
Yeah, and of course all the feminists got all up in arms over it.
Stupid. Let's see. Sticking with the Olympics, bingo or bullshit. DeMarcus Cousins will be the Team USA MVP, and it will help his image with the NBA.
Bullshit.
You think so?
Yeah. Bullshit to the part that he's going to be the MVP.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was reading a few things today. There was like 4 or 5 outlets that were covering it from all parts of the world. I guess DeMarcus just dominated China, and they're like, this may be the MVP.
I don't think he's going to get enough playing time because they're going to be ahead by so much that they're going to spread the playing time around. I don't know that he's going to get enough playing time.
I don't know. Him and Coach K seem to be getting along pretty well when it comes to that.
So does that mean Coach K is going to come coach the Kings?
Yeah, I mean, that's what Kings fans will say.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Last 2. Bingo or bullshit. The Hall of Fame game cancellation is a good thing for the Green Bay Packers and Indianapolis Colts.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Andrew Luck's coming off a major injury.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is getting older. You don't got to roll your guys out there, and they're not rescheduling it. It's just canceled. Guess what? You guys have 3 preseason games. Have a good day.
No, they have 4. They have a 5th. That
was an extra?
That's an extra game.
Hey, congratulations, you have
That's
4.
an extra game, yeah.
Okay, and then the last one, bingo or bullshit. Roger Goodell and the NFL is going to milk the living hell out of player safety all preseason because they canceled the game due to player safety concerns.
Oh, bingo.
Bingo.
And I'm going to say, hey, Goodell, fuck you because you're a fucking liar.
Why did they cancel it?
The field was so poor they couldn't even get traction on it because they do the Hall of Fame ceremony on the field. So they roll out all these tarps and they put all the chairs on it, and it just fucked the field up. Oh, and TJ, there's reports that the NFL is investigating the Patriots for tampering with the field. There's also reports that Jed York was in charge of hiring the field crew to take care of the field after the game. So
And Trent Baalke was drafting all the workers.
hey, leave me alone. I didn't do that.
This is Trent Baalke. I can't do it. I got to hear his voice to do it.
No, you don't. That was accurate.
Was it?
Let's see. We're going to jump into... We're going to have fun with this. Let's jump right into this.
A fucking punter.
This one.
By the way, did you like the name of my?
I haven't even looked. What is it?
Oh, you haven't looked?
Uh-uh.
I thought you looked.
Hold on.
In my team picture.
I haven't. Let me check this out. This is for fantasy football, by the way, in case you guys are wondering what the fuck. We're just talking about looking at things. You haven't looked? You haven't peeked? I told Matt that we have his calendar, and he said, awesome sauce, give Greg a big kiss for me. So that's not going to happen. Sports. Fantasy sports. I'm getting stoked, man. We're getting close to
I know.
Close to our draft. Fantasy sports. This is great radio, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Hold on, because I have a. It's loading. It's taking forever. So with that being said, we're gonna. It's loading, but we're gonna play one of my friend's songs just because I have it in my.
Who is this?
It's a guy I used to work with. A fucking walrus. That's great. All right,
See the picture?
No. Is the two walruses fucking?
No.
Oh. Andy Lee?
Yeah.
Nice. You should have got a picture of...
I tried. I couldn't find one.
Because they're like, who?
Bradley Pinion.
And then TJ, he's still JPP Fireworks Company. He texted me the other day about a name, and I don't remember what it was. Let's see. Greg V, from what I heard, the cancellation was due to poor field conditions, field paint, and yes, a fucking punter did not show up in uniform for one team, but I did not hear which one.
Really?
Hi, this is Mike Barnbaum.
Sorry, I didn't know who was saying that.
God, Mike, come on, man. All right, are you kidding me? I got two of them. One of them is kind of sad, but it actually turned into a happy ending. Because hello.
Really happy Andy? Woohoo!
It started out kind of crazy when I thought about doing it for the show, and then this morning
So this is you that had a happy ending?
No. The story has a happy ending.
Oh, okay.
I pulled it up, and I was like, oh.
You pulled it up?
Pulled it up and out. I was like, let's research this for the show today, and then there was an update that I hadn't seen yet. Actually, that came out this morning that put a little happy twist into the story. So, Trey Mason, running back of the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, how many times are you going to say St. Louis this year?
406.
Okay.
He was
5 to go.
He was admitted for evaluation to a hospital in late July after he was staying at his mother's house and he was acting strangely, so she called the police. Palm Beach County Sheriff Officer reported a Palm Beach County Sheriff Officer report stated that officers went to Mason's mother's house in Lake Charleston, Florida, after Tina Mason called to report that Trey Mason was acting unusual and making irrational statements. Deputies said when they arrived, Mason told them he would call the White House and have them fired, and that he knew police were responsible for teaching Al-Qaeda pilots how to fly. The deputies entered the house and saw that a hole had been punched in the wall of Mason's bedroom. There was also a broken vase and a lamp. When the deputies took Mason to the hospital, he applauded them and told them that he was being used for the entertainment of others, but now officers were his entertainment. It was the 5th time in 4 months police had been called to the house of Mason's mother. In March, in Hollywood, Florida, police arrested Mason for speeding in a Ferrari. According to the report, Mason did not cooperate with police, and they had to use a taser on him twice to get him out of the vehicle.
Shit.
They found marijuana cigarettes rolled up in his car. Let's see. According to the report, deputies photographed... Okay, so there's also a former girlfriend claiming that Mason had punched and bit her after she broke up with him. Mason didn't report to training camp with the Rams. He is on the Rams reserve did not report list, so he doesn't count against the 90-man training camp roster. Team officials said they hadn't been able to get in touch with Mason for 7 months. And it wasn't like, hey, we called and we haven't seen him. No phone call, no text messages, no emails, nothing. Jeff Fisher said it started training camp. Right now, we're more concerned with Trey Mason's well-being than we are his football career. Fisher's probably being sincere, but the Rams front office hasn't exactly exhausted all avenues to reach Mason. Proof of that came Friday when a WBF reporter went to Mason's mother's house, found Mason, and had a brief exchange on camera. Neighbor also told the reporter that she had seen Mason on Wednesday practicing football drills in the front yard for about 30 minutes. So they found him, which is good. I mean, at one point I heard that there was actually multiple missing person reports filed in L.A.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, why don't you call his mom? She lives in Florida. He's been there. They've been there 6 times. Why don't you go look for the damn guy? So there was that. So I'm glad they found the guy because that would have really sucked if he was dead somewhere or whatever.
And I've picked him before. He sucked for my fantasy football league.
He sucked for everyone's fantasy football team. Did you see the story that got ran in ESPN the magazine on the Bennett brothers? Martellus Bennett and
saw a little bit of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
And the other one,
I heard a little bit about it.
Who the fuck was the other guy? Martellus and Michael Bennett. So these guys basically do a tell-all interview with ESPN magazine and hold nothing back. These guys are notorious for not holding anything back.
Right.
Them watching their mouth is like wiping before you poop. They just don't do it, right? So I kind of paraphrased this article and got it down to just where they started talking about other players in the league. So I have 7 minutes for a reset mix, so I'm just going to read through this real quick. So it says, though dozens of siblings have made it into the NFL, it's rare for 2 brothers to play on an elite level. The Barbers did it, so did the Mannings and Pounceys. The Bennetts, both former Pro Bowlers, belong in this club. Martellus, who is 29 and was traded in the offseason to the Patriots, led all tight ends and catches in 2014. Michael, who turns 31 this fall and plays for the Seahawks, is one of the NFL's best pass rushers. Their performance has brought them name recognition, but it's their comments that have catapulted them to notoriety. The brothers speak with a loose candor. Michael is famous for his sound bites. He has compared the Panthers to an attractive cousin and disclosed his personal sex schedule. He says, I'm not going to go up there and give a Russell Wilson answer. In a league in which the powers that stamp out quirks like inspectors on a factory line, the Bennetts have remained unapologetically themselves. And so it is that I'm spending 3 days in Los Angeles trying to understand just how they've done it, how they've not only survived the NFL, but they've prospered. And then it was a whole bunch of jibber-jabber about them sitting at like a steak restaurant or whatever. And then Martellus Bennett says he feels like he's the Kanye West of the NFL.
Oh, God.
Which means he needs to go the fuck away.
That's right.
Let's see here. We're going to skip this part of it. He says, or when I asked him how he finds the bandwidth for writing a children's book and a published animated short story, he says that while playing in the NFL is physically taxing, your average player actually has a ton of free time. If I wake up at 6 a.m. to work out, I'm done by 10. Most guys play video games all day. Michael, for his part, is interested in politics. He supports Bernie Sanders during the primaries and loves cooking and travel. He has 3 daughters and coaches their basketball teams. He runs a foundation that promotes healthy eating, and he has a garden in Hawaii.
What are you reading his dating website?
Pretty much.
Profile?
I asked him what he grows.
Does he like long walks on the beach and sunsets?
So this guy says, I asked him what he grows in his garden in Hawaii. Martellus leans over and interrupts. These nuts.
Oh, God.
Interviewed the Bennetts like being an audience member at an improv show, blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. They asked Michael, who famously criticized the league's overpaid passers, what he thinks of Jay Cutler. Michael Bennett says, worst quarterback in the NFL. I'd be open and he'd throw it into double coverage, says Martellus, who spent the past 3 seasons as Cutler's teammate in Chicago. If there's been an unspoken rule in the NFL against roasting other players, the Bennetts break it every day. What follows is the non-comprehensive list of their takes on various football figures in the NFL. Eli Manning, Martellus. Eli, he's cool. He's like a normal white guy you see at the park trying to teach the kids how to play soccer, and you know he can't really play soccer himself. Jeff Fisher, Martellus says if a quarterback went 7-9, he'd be able to find a job, or he'd never be able to find a job. Michael, make sure he's in the NFC West.
Ooh.
Brock Osweiler, Michael says, I've got more sacks than he's got touchdowns. And that's actually accurate.
Probably.
Martellus, I've caught more balls than he's completed. Also accurate.
Well, the guy's only played 1 year, too.
Right. Joel Olstein, Martellus on Pete Carroll says Joel Olstein. I don't know what that is.
Joel Osteen's a TV evangelist.
Okay, so that's what he says. Martellus says about Pete Carroll.
Okay.
Michael, about Pete Carroll. Tom Cruise. I feel like Pete Carroll is like Benjamin Button. He doesn't want to get old. He's getting younger every year. What is going on? Martellus says that's what money does. On Roger Goodell. Michael says, asshole. No, I'm just joking. You can't say that. ... Overpaid. JJ Watt. Dominant player says Michael. Martellus says corny. Half the NFL is corny, though. Michael also says people love JJ Watt, but they don't really like JJ Watt. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Sam Bradford, both of them smirk. Michael, who says greatest quarterback in the NFL. Martellus, vicious, competitive. Michael then repeats, a real Joe Montana. Obviously, a little bit of sarcasm there.
Little sarcasm.
Let's see. Tom Brady. Martellus says, the silver fox you never get to see, but you hear about. You only get to take one photo, and you have to stay outside for a year just to get it. Jason Witten on Martellus says, I hated Jason Witten. I appreciate his game, but I always hated him. Cam Newton. Michael says, probably the quarterback I like to hit the most. I asked Michael later what it feels like when he sacks a superstar like Newton. It's like love making, he says. Every season it comes to that one climax. It's like, it says Michael pauses, rolls his eyes to the back of his head, and emits a noise that sounds like a throaty gasp of a goat that's just been slaughtered. All the other rushes feel like foreplay, says Martellus. You finally get to the bedroom. Yeah, you get to the bedroom, Michael says. Take it off. His brother looks at him. That's a good analogy. That's a great analogy. And then they ask him, do you know what the NFL stands for? The No Fun League? Not for long? And both of them, and this is, and I quote, so don't get mad at me, both of them simultaneously answer, the NFL stands for niggas for lease.
Oh, God.
The whole interview can be found at ESPN the magazine. These
right.
dudes just run their mouth. And
I'm done with the Bennett brothers.
It's funny as shit, though, but like, and to be real, though, they're not far off on that. I mean, you know, Roger Goodell only cares about money. He's going to employ these guys until he can get what he wants. And
yeah, but those guys that are for lease are making a shitload of money.
Yeah.
So I don't feel sorry for them.
I agree. I'm convinced these guys are dweebs and that one of them is playing for my team. Yes, they are. You do have one of them. Drugs are bad. Okay. Excuse me while I whip this out, says Joe Morgan. Oh yeah, TJ wants to name his we'll get your opinion on this, Greg. So I'm the fourth in 49ers. You're a fucking walrus. And TJ wants his name Jameis's Crab Shack.
Little dated, but funny.
Yeah, a little
dated.
You can call your team niggas for lease. Or Martellus Bennett's a clown. You can go with that one too. Let's reset Mixler. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the NFL. We'll be right back. Wait, it's not on the soundboard. It's over here. Niggas for lease.
I almost got up to go take a piss.
Do you need to take a piss? I can play commercials.
No, I don't.
All right. So the NFL was supposed to be back tonight, as we mentioned a little bit ago. It was supposed to be the Hall of Fame game, and that didn't happen. So guess what? We have another week until until football starts the preseason. It's kind of a bummer.
We have 4 more weeks before the NFL season starts.
That's true. Joe, no, we have not drafted yet. We draft on the 28th. Let's see here. So the NFL Hall of Fame kicked off last night.
Mm-hmm.
Notable names: Eddie DeBartolo Jr., Tony Dungy, Marvin Harrison, and Brett Favre.
Mm-hmm. And Kenny Stabler.
Oh, that's right. And I guess Favre gave a lot of love for Stabler in his speech and for the Raiders.
And somebody, I don't know if it was Barnbaum or somebody today, was complaining about Kenny Stabler going into the Hall of Fame as a saint. And I didn't think the NFL Hall of Fame put you in as a...
No, it puts you in as a head.
Yeah, it's not like you have a hat with a logo on it.
No, you're back. No, you're not. Any spots left, I would love to grace you guys with my perfection. Unfortunately, Joe, we do have our 10 filled. We may do a secondary league, do like a live online draft and do a secondary league, but our main league is full. We've had the same 10 essentially for 4 years now, so it's been a rollover league.
Same 8. We have a couple.
Yeah, we've had eight consistently.
Is Sheena going to do it again?
No. We have Jason filling in, and TJ took the permanent spot.
Oh, so her titties aren't going to be.
Yeah, my TDs aren't real, aren't in the league anymore.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But they're still not real though, and they'll be there.
Oh, okay.
The team will be represented well. We'll do like a memorial team.
That's right.
Let's see. News in the NFL. Carson Palmer got a extension through 2018. Basically guarantees the next 2 seasons at $24.5 million. And Larry Fitzgerald extended through 2017 for the Cardinals. Navarro Bowman, 4-year, $44 million extension. Gives him $6 million more next year. The next 2 years, $6 million more the next 2 years. $3.45 million in 2018. Essentially makes his deal he signed a couple years ago a 7-year, $77 million deal.
Good money if you can get it.
And 49ers first-round draft pick DeForest Buckner was told at the start of training camp that he was not the starter. He would have to earn his job. And after 6 practices, the coaches said that they've been completely amazed by the way he's been performing, learning the playbook, and he has been named the starting defensive lineman alongside Eric Armstead, the Oregon battering ram that they were for the San Francisco 49ers defense.
So is there going to be some Oregon-themed nickname that they're going to give to those 2 guys?
Quack Attack.
The Quack Attack.
That's what I would go with. TJ, there's a name for you. Quack Attack. Quack. Let's do this, though. We talked about it a little bit earlier, and we're going to do the AFC South. So, AFC South last year was led by the Texans at 9-7.
Right.
They lost cornerback or outside offensive guard Brandon Brooks, center Ben Jones, and running back Arian Foster. They backed that up with adding Jeff Allen, offensive guard, Lamar Miller, running back, and Brock Osweiler at quarterback. They were 9-7 last year. I don't see them going much further than that this year.
I'm not sold on Osweiler, so.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
Second place in the division were the Colts at 8-8. Obviously, they had a big loss with Andrew Luck midway through the year. They lost linebacker Jarrell Freeman, tight end Colby Fleener, safety Dwight Lowery, and cornerback Greg Toller. They added Patrick Robinson and cornerback Scott Tolzien. He's a good one. Yeah. At quarterback, Robert Turbin at running back, and Jordan Todman at running back.
What's some names that are missing off of there? Anybody on the offensive line? They did nothing to get
nothing on the offensive line
to make that better. He's going to just get killed,
but he's getting paid.
Yeah, he is
getting paid to get killed. And then the third place was the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I want to get to them last. Tennessee Titans. They were 3-13 last year. They didn't add anybody. They didn't lose anybody. They added Ben Jones at center, Rashard Matthews at wide receiver, and Rashad Johnson at safety, and they traded for DeMarco Murray. So now you give a little bit of a running back support now to Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll use him the right way, unlike what Philly did.
Yep.
Philly used him so incorrectly. It's unbelievable.
Who? Marcus Mariota?
No. DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, Barn Bomb.
What now?
If San Francisco is about the Quack Attack, then Denver is abuzz about Todd Davis, Lars Hansen, and DeAndre Carter, all from Sacramento State. Now that's something to be a buzz over. You're going to forget Greg Roman, their offensive coordinator, and you're going to forget a couple other people, Mike? Come on, man. So, yeah, Sac State is well represented over in Denver. But let's be real. Those guys aren't going to make the team. The rosters are at 90 right now. Let's wait till it gets cut down to 53 and tell me how many Sac State Hornets are still on the roster over there in Denver.
Still in the league.
Hi, this is Mike Barnbaum.
Please. All right, and then finally the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they lose... Oh, I'm sorry. Let's start with the ads. They add free safety to Sean Gibson, running back Chris Ivory, defensive lineman Malik Jackson, punter Brad Nortman, offensive lineman Mackenzie Bernardow, Defensive lineman Kelvin Beacom, quarterback Chad Henne, and one that surprised me reading the list, they sniped cornerback Prince Akamara from the Giants down to Jacksonville as well. They also have Miles Jack, Jalen Ramsey, and Dante Fowler coming back from injury as rookies this year. Who cares who they lost?
Yeah.
Are the Jaguars going to be one of the favorite teams, not only in the AFC South, but possibly in the AFC?
I can see them winning 9 or 10 games. 9 games, which should be right there to win the division.
I mean, you got Blake Bortles coming into his own.
Right.
You have Hearns at running or wide receiver. You have the kid from Michigan, the quarterback from Michigan that's now the running back. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I mean, Jacksonville's they had a good team last year.
Robinson.
Yeah, there you go. Robinson. They had a really good team that just was young last year. They just couldn't figure it out. Blake Bortles at the end of the year was really coming into his own.
Right.
You know, I think by adding a couple more pieces and shoring that defense up, and then, like I said, you have Dante Fowler coming back after that horrific leg injury last year before the season started. You draft Jalen Ramsey, and then you have Miles Jack. Dude, Jacksonville, I think, is going to be my Buffalo Bills this year, where I just can't not pick them in our pick 'em every week.
Yeah. They're definitely going to be players. They're going to be players in the AFC South.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the AFC South. I think that's going to be one of the divisions to watch. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So how do you how do you see that all playing out and washing out in the end?
As far as the division goes?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to go... I'm drawing a blank on who the teams are. Jacksonville's going to win the division. The Colts are going to be in second place. The Titans are going to be in third place, and the Texans are going to flounder under Brock Osweiler.
I think same thing.
So that's pretty much what I have for the AFC South. There is something that I want to end the show on, unless you have anything else you want to add in.
Nope.
So we're obviously Giants fans, and it's hard to like anything that is Dodger blue. However, Vin Scully today on the broadcast gave a little bit of a history lesson.
Was this better than the grocery list that he read?
No, but I've decided that I can listen to Vin Scully explain how paint dries.
Yes.
Like, the sun heats the molecules of the paint, which dry them out and then bond them together. Like, I can listen to that. So this little clip we have here, it's during the third inning of the Red Sox and Dodgers game today. And Vin Scully gives us a history lesson on how the name Beantown came about. So here you go. Hold on. I think I shorted the cord out when I tapped it on that other metal up there. Might gotta buy a new cord soon. Oh, that got... And now my phone won't fucking play. Really?
Fucking sound guy.
Dude, I'm telling you right now. This is some bullshit. Hold on. I'm gonna get it, though. You just have to wait a second. Here, talk for a minute, Greg.
Well, I was kind of bummed when I heard that Vince Scully's doing his last game in San Francisco this year. But out of the 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he's only doing Sunday. So I heard Dwayne Kuiper interviewed the other day, and they said that if he was doing all 3 games, they would have done something special and had him come over and maybe do a couple innings for the Giants and
Oh, Dodger fans would have loved that.
Oh, I know. But he's only doing the Sunday game, and Kuiper thought that there'd be so much going on that probably not going to get to do a lot of extra stuff with him. So they're kind of bummed.
That is a bummer. I'm gonna try to pull it back up on this one. I don't know why my phone does not like that cord sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
It's whatever one loads up first, whether it be the iPad or the phone.
This is one for the time capsule, too, ladies and gentlemen.
No, not that bad. Here we go.
Have you ever heard the Red Sox or Boston being called Beantown? Yeah, sure you have. 0-2 the count to McCarthy. Well, believe it or not, when you talk about beans and Boston, you really begin the story with molasses. The next pitch in there, and that'll do it for McCarthy. 3 looks, and down he goes for David Price, his first strikeout, and the batter Howie Kendrick. Boston's active partaking in the so-called triangular trade, and their molasses export was huge. And the molasses within the city was a prominent food staple. And what they would do is, when they had their beans, their special beans, they would mix in molasses. And these were then called Boston baked beans, not just baked beans. Hard to find a restaurant serving those famous beans, but there are good recipes, and you always begin with beans and molasses. That's it. That's not going to stop traffic or anything like that. But, Rob Menchel looked it up for us because we were wondering about Beantown.
That's the best part of the whole thing. That's it. I got nothing else.
I did it. I was so before the show. I was sitting on the shitter doing my pre-show dump, and I started listening to that. And I was like, "Ooh, you know what? I want to hear this all on the show. I'll stop listening now." So I didn't hear that part. I got to the part where it was like they did the triangular trade. I was like, "Okay, this is a fucking history lesson. I'm stopping it. That's great. That's it."
Not gonna stop traffic. That's all.
I almost feel like we need that to be the end of our show. When we're all said and done, just goes, "That's it. We're not going to stop traffic," and then just end the show.
Dude, I think it's great. I love that clip.
Yeah, so I'll have to see if I can isolate that. We'll work on that, but that's it. See you guys next week.
Night, Larry.
That's it.